With the most recent Palworld update, we got access to a new building piece and new materials, namely the pillar. And we got glass too, but the pillar is going to completely change what, where, and how you can build in this game. So I just want to kind of go over what the pillar is, how you can utilize it to the fullest, so that way you can build whatever you want, wherever you want. Let's start by talking about what the pillar is. So the pillar is this little pole right here. This is the wood pole, the wood pillar, stone pillar, the metal pillar, and the glass pillar. Now these four little Larrys basically act as a foundation piece, but they can be attached to basically anything except roof pieces. I haven't been able to figure out how to connect them to roof pieces, but I don't think you actually can. They're incredibly versatile. Now, not to point out the obvious, but if you notice, the wood pillar is it's a log. It's circular. All the other ones are square in nature, so it's easy to tell where the pieces that you're connecting to it are going to be connected to, right? So when you connect a flat ceiling to this, it's basically going to just take up like a quadrant. And this is handy when you want to build to be a certain direction. You can easily tell where that's going to land. But with the wooden pillar, it's a little bit harder to tell. From what I've been able to work out of this, there's this piece of wood that's just a little bit longer than the rest. This one right here. The quadrant kind of starts right to the left of it. You see that? So that's the piece you can use to line up the build if you are wanting it to face a certain direction or whatever. You can also connect a floor to it, build the pillars underneath, and then foundations can also snap directly to the pillars. So another cool thing that you can do with these is they can be built into water, like so. Now you can't place them in water. It'll say the same thing that it says when you're, trying to place a regular foundation. It'll just say not placed on the ground. You can't actually build them on the water like that. But what you can do, say you're just doing this, you build out one. What you can do, add a pillar, add another pillar. See how that one's in the ground? I don't know if you can tell. Hold on, let me see. See how that one's in the ground? That's how you're able to provide the support if you're building in water. Now I can build out 2 more pieces, because they act just like foundations. Again, that one's not touching the ground. If I just hover on the piece like this, it'll automatically place underneath. Now I can keep going. I think I'm getting to the point where it's going to be a little too deep. Let's try. Why did they not add this? Why did they not add the ability to build stairs off of stuff? Okay, I got the stairs right here. Now I can potentially connect a foundation to these stairs. No, I cannot. But I could maybe do this. Is that gonna connect? That's not far enough down, is it? Nope. I could just do something like this. Let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, it should be fine. Now I can just delete all this, I think. So you can do stuff like that. There's creative ways to work around not being able to build fully into the ground there. Another interaction that this has with the world that's not specifically like the flat ground here. So say we're just building off of this for whatever reason. We're out of support here. We can't build anymore, yada, yada. I'm going to build up to this side to show this better. So now that that's fully in the ground, I can keep building. I can build one more because, it supports up to 2 pieces. However, say we didn't have this one. If you can place a foundation on top of something, it is considered the ground, like this tree, right? So I can build this foundation on top of this tree right here. That means if I connect this pillar to that tree, that's going to count as being connected to the ground. So I can keep building. If you look, that's, that don't look like it's connected to the ground. Here's a little visual for what one pillar can support versus one regular foundation. And they also actually increased the amount of support one regular foundation provides. Previous to the Sakurajima update, it looked like this. Another thing that pillars provide the ability to do is build directly off of vertical terrain. Previously, if you wanted to just build this, you had to do all of this crazy shit that I was doing down here.
Yeah. I'm good.
Which is, providing support up here. But now you can straight up just find a good spot, say like, I don't know, right here, and just build off. And then when I need support, I just take a pillar, connect it all the way to the ground, and then I can keep going. One thing to keep in mind if you're going to be building on really vertical formations and land is that pillars going up do not count as support, except the first one you place, in my experience and from what I've tested, right? So like there's a pillar here going all the way to the bottom. So this is being supported. I can build out 2 more. However, let's say I build a pillar here. Technically, like that's in the wall, same as that one, right? I don't have any support. Can't build anything else. If I were to take that pillar all the way down to the ground, which I'm not gonna do, I would have support. So besides the first pillar that you place into the wall, the rest have to be going downwards. Unless you build all the way up and connect to a foundation above. You see what I'm saying? I built this. I connected to a foundation up here, and it gives support down here. But if I were to delete this, obviously those 2 are gonna come down like that. So if you just want the build layer that's hanging off the side or whatever, and you don't want to build anything above, your pillars have to go down. One last cool thing that you can do with these guys, say I'm trying to build something here for whatever reason. I have these 2 walls or whatever. I want to align something in the middle of them. I can't really like perfectly get it. The alignment tool doesn't really do anything for the middle. Will align them to the 2 walls though. If I want something to be in the middle, I can put a little pillar in there. And now if I hit the alignment mode change on the pillar, it'll line it up right there in the middle.
It's about damn time.
Which is just a little bonus that you can do with the pillars. Lastly, I just want to point out one thing, that if you run into it, it's not just you. I have not been able to connect triangle pieces into metal pillars and glass pillars. So say, yeah, I can push them this way, but I cannot make them go the other way. Now you can put them into stone pillars like that. And you can put them into wooden pillars like that. But I cannot put them into glass or metal pillars. So if you run into that, that is not just a you problem. I've been having a lot of fun using these little guys. And I hope everything made sense. If you have any questions, just let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them for you. Let me know what you think of the new Palworld update. I think there's a lot of cool stuff. Anyways, peace. Love your friends. And there might be a community server coming soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that.